Get on it, freezing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 102.
Wow.
Yeah, we're moving right along here. Today, we have a great topic, Cheryl. I'm super excited about this. It's the 5 Ds of success. So we had a long conversation about this, and we really feel like you got to have all 5 of these things in place in order to be successful. And we're going to kind of point out, and you can kind of point out for yourself which one of these Ds you might be missing and need to work on so that you can increase your level of success. So, Cheryl, the first D is what?
Let me just say this, Paul. Anytime that there's 5 things that I can know about that will help me be successful, I'm all over that because I like to know what we need to do to be successful. So let's start direction. You need a direction, which that is good. Direction is good. It really is. And in order to get that direction or have that direction, you need to define your end result. Now, that's something that has completely changed my life. Being able to think about, well, what's the result I want? I
Yeah.
never once thought about that. I thought about how, I thought about maybe about the process. I thought about when can we get into action? I always think about that. Well, when are we going to start? When are we going to start making things happen? Right. But just knowing what the result is, the end result that we want, seriously, I don't think there's any one thing that's made a bigger impact and made me be able to focus, I think, better.
Yeah. Yeah, so many people they're all over the place, and that's why we're really passionate about this elevate your life concept. If you just pick the concept of elevate as a direction, go up, make things better, you'll at least be heading in the right direction, which I think is huge. But if you can get a little more specific on that, and just make some, we talk about this, Cheryl, about creating a North Star. So you
Yeah.
got a compass and you got your North Star, which is your vision board, your perfect story. This is where I'm going. Once you got that, boy, a lot of great things fit into place here.
Yeah.
So I love what Zig Ziglar says. We've got a couple quotes for each one of these. Lack of direction is, lack of direction, not a lack of time, is the problem. So people always say, I have no time. I got no time for this. I got no time for that. Nope, you have no direction. That's your problem.
Yeah. And I love that because I was thinking about this. Everyone has 24 hours in a day, right? And why is it that some people make $10,000 a year and some people make $1 million a year? Everybody has the same amount of time. So direction is a huge one. Another quote that I like is direction determines destination. Absolutely.
That's
Right.
pretty common sense, but it's a great quote that Jim Rohn made that we all got to keep in mind. So many people they just don't know where they're going.
Yeah. Yep. And each step in the right direction allows you to see further in that direction, which I love because sometimes we can get on that hamster wheel and we're like, oh my gosh, and things are flying at us. And, and I think if we can just even every day take a step in the right direction, whatever that is, and it could be a number of things that we need to do in the direction that we want to go, which is what we need to know, right? But as we know that and as we take those steps, I think we can see, like it says, further and further.
Yeah, exactly. And this has been the biggest learning lesson for me because I've seen over the past few years working with you that when we take steps forward, we may not know all 10 steps what we got to do, but when we take steps 1, 2, and 3, all of a sudden steps 4, 5, and 6 become super clear what to do, where they
Yeah.
weren't, when we were in the planning room. So
Mm-hmm.
again, plan is super important, but know that as you start moving in the right direction, things will become clear. So don't get bent out of shape when you don't have everything clear in the beginning. Number 2, Cheryl's desire.
Mm. Important. Important. Yeah, you have to really have um, a hunger for success. You need to want to be successful.
Yeah, really want to go in that direction, whatever direction you want to go in. If it's the direction of hey, and let's just take weight loss because it's the best analogy out there. We decide I'm going to go I'm going to lose weight. The scale is going to go down, and but that desire has to be there, or we just see people not be successful. They got a direction they want to go, but they just don't have that burning desire inside of them to make it happen.
Yeah, and the burning desire too is going to be, I think, your why, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be your why. It's going to be, why do you want to go in that direction? Why do you want to reach those goals? And I think your why is super important, and it definitely does need to be, I always remember, if your why doesn't make you cry, then keep thinking, keep thinking of some other whys, because you need something to be able to push you through and over those obstacles that are going to be in your way.
Yeah, and Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich says it best to sum up these first two D's is that there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that's is definiteness of purpose and the knowledge of what one wants. And not only that, but also to have the burning desire to possess that. And
Mm,
I love that because it ties it all together, and um, you know you got to know where you want to go and have that burning desire to get there.
I love that. Okay, well, let's move on. So number three, I just thought I'd go ahead and do this one, Paul, because it might be my favorite. It's discipline, discipline, and I love that it really is. You've got to become able to avoid distractions,
Yeah.
right? Which that's hard, because there's all sorts of distractions. And guess what? All distractions aren't bad. There's good distractions too, right? But still, you've got to be able to discipline yourself to do the things that you have to do every single day to become successful.
Absolutely, and I think there's just different times in our life where the direction we want to go, I want to do this weight loss and really make a run at it because I believe you have to make a serious run at things no matter what it is in life to get there. And so it's the not, like you said, Cheryl, not all distractions are bad. Um, it just I think depends on what direction right now you want to lose weight. You got to be good. You got to follow the plan. You can't miss a day of exercise. You can't say, oh, I got this going on, so I can't exercise today, or I got this going on, so I can't drink my water or take my supplements or whatever. So to just then this out of the five, I would say with all the clients that I work with, and this is just my own personal opinion, this is the one that's the biggest problem. It's
Well, and
just
Paul, why is that though? Right? I mean, why is that? And I think that a lot of it has to do with is we're waiting for someone to tell us what to do and how to do it. I've been guilty of that. Absolutely. I'm not sure what to do. Could somebody help me? Could somebody tell me what to do? And the bottom line is, Paul, the bottom line is no one is coming.
yeah,
No one's coming. No one's coming to tell you get off Netflix. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to get off the couch and exercise. And I was thinking about this, and that kind of sucks. Sometimes I want to be told what to do. I think I like a tough coach. I like someone who's come on, right?
yeah.
And so when I kind of realized this, it was eye-opening to me that in order to be disciplined, that has everything to do with you. That has everything to do with me, inside me. I'm the one that has to do it, which is so fascinating to me. And it's hard. It's hard. If it
Oh, it's
was
super hard.
easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, it's
Right?
it's 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 literally parenting yourself. So we're great at parenting our kids. Don't do this, do this, do this. We know exactly what the do's and don'ts. I mean, this is not even. But when it
Yeah.
comes to ourselves, we have that. So I love what you said though about accountability coach and a partner with that because we see so much more success when there's two people doing it together and holding each other accountable. The discipline goes way up. So
Yeah.
discipline is doing what needs to be done, even if you don't want to do it. I think that's the key because there's days where even both of us were like, I'd rather do this or that, and it just doesn't. I don't really have the juice today to do that. But the winners do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to find it. Yeah, one of my favorite quotes, Paul, is suffer the pain of discipline, because discipline, I think I've put a bit of, uh, you know, I, I feel like discipline in any sense of the word, to me, the first thing I think of is pain. So suffer the pain of discipline or suffer the pain of regret. And I will say that I hate regret much
Yeah.
worse,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're disciplined with your actions and doing the right things, you're gonna could develop these habits, and habits are more like automatic things that happen in your life. We all have habits. So, and then that when it's automatic, you that those habits lead to consistency, and that consistency leads to growth or achieving that result that you want. So, but
Yeah.
it's got to start off with discipline in the beginning, and I think discipline, Cheryl, is just a muscle. You're building it inside of you.
Yeah.
But without self-discipline, success is absolutely impossible, and there's just no way. And I love what Robin Sharma says here, that discipline is built by consistently performing small acts of courage. So it's just doing, those little things on a daily basis that you got to do. This isn't like rocket science. Um,
Yeah.
you just got to do them. And even the best of the best, they sway from this. And this is what separates the winners from losers, in my opinion.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, well, let's move on to number 4. Dedication. Oh my gosh. This is so good. So dedication, um, and the way we're looking at that, and something that we want you guys to really think about, is dedication is the unwavering focus to follow your dreams. So do you have unwavering focus?
Yeah. So it's not just discipline today. It's
Yeah.
consistency, having that discipline every day, dedicated every day, even in the whirlwind. I mean, we got a million things going on. I'm still going to exercise. I'm still doing the cold plunge. I'm still doing this. I'm still following my diet. Doesn't matter what's going on. I'm dedicated. This is, and I love the a lot of people call was it I thought we had a quote down here about lazy people call dedication, or what we call dedication. What we mean by that is just being obsessed. Like, we're obsessed with doing this, and
Yeah.
and a lot of people just don't have that obsession with I'm going to do this today and every day, no matter what.
Yeah, I love that. And something that's really interesting to me is how quickly you can become successful by doing these things. And I love this quote here. It says, the speed of your success is limited only by your dedication and what you're willing to sacrifice. Ah! Wow.
Yeah. I know the
Right?
next quote is super near and dear to your heart too, Cheryl.
Well, of course. Grit. Grit. Oh my gosh. I remember the first time I ever heard Angela Duckworth talk about grit. And here's the quote says, having the courage and determination to push through no matter what the obstacles are. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. So we're disciplined. We're doing the right things. We're determined. We're doing those right things all the time. But I don't think, Cheryl, this is not enough. There's just one more thing you need to be successful.
Right. Oh, my goodness. And that is determination. And it was so funny when Paul and I were talking about this. I said, well, if you have determination, like really have determination, do you think that all of the others matter? Do all of the others matter if you are as determined as, I mean, just that's it. And yes, they all do matter. We talked about it. We decided that they all do matter. But if you do have determination, then I think sometimes some of the other ones kind of, it's harder to do some of the other ones. But if you're as determined as you possibly can be towards success and succeeding at your goals and dreams, then it might take you a little bit longer if you're not doing all of the others. But I do believe that you will. I mean, I just think you'll get there. I think that you will eventually get there.
Yeah. Well, my view on these people, again, I'm coaching, is that they all have direction because, of course, I'm working with them and we got a result that they're going after. They have the desire. I mean, they tell me how bad they want this. I'm like, well, on a level from 1 to 10, like, how bad do you really want this result? Oh, 15. Okay. So we're going to say the desire's there. And to say that they're not they don't have the dedication, like, so they show up every week, you know, and then they have never quit. So I consider them determined. I'm going to make this work, but the discipline's not there. You got to do the
Right.
little things every single day. You got to make your contacts. You got to do this. You got to do that. And without doing those little things every day, that's to me where the bridge is broken. In at least the people I'm working with. So
Well,
it
and I
just
think you're right. Oh, sorry, Paul.
no. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think you're right too. It is doing those little things. And I think it's realizing the importance of consistency too, right? Because I think that if you're doing things, doing like big things and oh, and well, I'm going to wait for something big to do and just do that every once in a while. I really believe that the consistency isn't there. And like you said, the consistency leads to growth, right? The discipline leads to habits, habits lead to consistency, and the consistency is what leads to growth.
Absolutely. And the reason why this one's so important, why you have to have it there, in my opinion, is because we see people that have discipline, they have dedication, they're doing it every day, but it's we know that there's going to be problems coming the way. I don't care how disciplined you are and how dedicated you are. There
Yeah.
comes that fourth quarter of a football game, or in your life, where you just got to be determined now to push over the finish line, so that this to me is super important. But on the other side of it, is it the end all be all? I don't think it is, because you hear like, well, just don't quit. Well, I know a lot of people that don't quit, but they don't get anywhere either. So, I mean, it's just, you gotta, again. That's why we're pointing out that you need all five of these, is because you know they all are a very specific ingredient to success.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so I love this quote. Successful people have fear, successful people have doubts, and successful people have worries. They just don't let any of these feelings stop them.
Yeah,
And
they're
that's
extremely determined.
determination to me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really that's really, you know, what it's all about. And then I love what Zig Ziglar says. He said, I believe success is achieved by ordinary people with extraordinary determination.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that one.
yeah. And then the last one, to my point, a man is not finished when he's defeated. He's finished when he quits. So there's absolutely, uh, the fact that you just can't quit. That there's really is no such thing as being defeated. I mean, I'm in trying to invent a light bulb, and it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, but eventually it works. You'll get there. So you can't look at anything as being a failure. We talk about, I never fail, I either win or learn. So that is
Right.
really the key, and to never look at anything in life as being a failure, because it's not. It's a learning lesson. So Cheryl, just to
Right.
sum up these 5 Ds, I really believe that decisions, first of all, determine your destiny. So we have to decide, what direction do you want to go? What is that end result that you want? Decide that, I'm going to have that burning desire, to go get it, and come up with the things that give you that burning desire. Like, why do you want this so bad? We talk about your whys all the time, and then decide to be disciplined. You can do this or this. Every moment of your life, you have at least two choices,
Mhm.
and just a lot of people pick the wrong ones. And then being dedicated through all that, not just discipline for a day or two, but every single day having that dedication. And of course, when things get tough, you got to just use sheer determination to finish that race, because you're exhausted, and you want to quit, but you're just like, there ain't no way. So you have that massive determination.
Yeah. So the plus one for today, we always like to have a plus one, is that direction plus desire plus discipline plus dedication plus determination equals success.
Yeah, that is the formula for sure. So
There it
decide
is.
today to follow all 5 of these D's so you can elevate your life.
And go from fine to fabulous.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Talk to you soon, everybody.
Bye, you guys.